This is a Suzuki Fronx. Now most people think and consider this as more of a commuter car. But today I'm here to tell you that you can actually take this 1 liter Suzuki Fronx booster jet engine and make more than 50% more horsepower out of it, and in fact even more. Hello and welcome to Bichao, and today I'm going to start a new series called 1 liter Turbo Tuners, where we take cars like this which has a 1 liter turbocharged engine and tell you a little bit more about how to make it a lot more fun and a lot more powerful, that it doesn't only serve your daily driving needs but also makes it fun on the weekend. But before we start driving, I want to share the beginning of a new journey with you. See, the thing is, I've been traveling the entire country since 2022 trying to find and bring you some of the best and coolest and most performance-oriented cars. And today, I'm partnering with Castrol Edge to take my journey ahead. This is just the beginning because there is so much more to explore in India's ever-growing car culture. If you're looking for maximum performance from your car's engine, well then you need a lubricant that ensures maximum performance, maximum number of times. That's where Castrol Edge comes in. Its advanced synthetic formula helps the powertrain run at optimal performance and ensures maximum power even under high load conditions. Castrol Edge comes with Power Boost technology. This lets you, the driver, ask for more performance from your car's engine, resulting in up to 30% improved performance on demand. Now what I want to do is first take this car out for a drive and see what all this car offers as a stock standard package, and then we can go ahead and discuss how to make things better in terms of performance, in terms of its handling, and also braking or other components which might help making the Fronx a much more fun car to drive. Alright, so let's get started. Clutch is nice and smooth, it's pretty light. Steering is quite light, it's fairly accurate at low speeds. Suspensions are really good, especially on these bad and broken patches of road. But at the same time, because the car doesn't have a lot of weight on top, they don't make the car feel very boaty as well. The steering is actually quite nice and responsive. Let's see how the brakes are. Pretty good. Brakes are also pretty good. Now, I don't absolutely feel the need to upgrade to much bigger brakes with a stage 1 or a stage 2 tune. But of course, I would definitely recommend at least getting better brake pads because A, they are longer lasting, and B, they have much better bite when you're coming down from high speeds. I have a little bit of clear road in front of me. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna see how this engine performs and how it builds up power basically. I'm doing 1000 RPM, 20 kmph, completely dead, full foot down on the throttle. 1500 is where it starts picking up, 2000 is where it takes off, so about 1800 is where the turbo pulls in, and then it just keeps going. Man, this car is actually good fun. As a stock car, this itself is a really fun car. I mean, the kind of acceleration it has, I was on third gear, not even fully finishing and going all the way to red line. At the same time, it still almost reached about 90-95 kmph, and the way this car picks up speed, it's nice, it's fun. Okay, I have to be very honest here. I love these 1 liter 3-cylinder engines for various reasons. One is that they sound really nice. Even with a stock exhaust, with everything entirely stock, this car still sounds really nice. And the same goes with the 1 liter engines in the Volkswagen and Polos, and also the other cars as well. They really do sound nice. Like this with a air intake would sound insane. If you have the money, get an air intake for this car for sure. You don't really need it for the performance so much. Even if you get a stock replacement air filter, that's going to be good enough. If you can afford, then definitely go with an air intake because it's going to make this sound good with that downpipe and an exhaust. It's going to be actually a really nice sounding car. And man, this car has some pace, huh? This car really does have some pace. I definitely feel that this 3-cylinder 1 liter engine is actually a lot more refined than the 1 liter 3-cylinder engine you get on the Polos and the Volkswagen and Skoda cars. I don't know, that's what I feel. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section. I would like to hear from you guys. If you have a Polo and or a Slavia or any of the 1 liter cars and you've driven a Baleno, let me know what you think. Now, in terms of its performance, like the brakes are good. You just need a little better brake pads and they'll give you like a better bite. The bite is what I feel is missing. It's a little soft and spongy. In terms of suspensions, the suspensions are very comfortable. They handle bumps and all really well. They do have a little bit of give in terms of the body when you're going really high speed into corners. That is something that you can upgrade, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. It's not that important. I think the suspensions are pretty good on this car. Yeah, really nice suspensions. They're not bad at all. This is actually a really good package for a daily driving car, where you have good suspensions, you've got good brakes, and you've definitely got decent amount of power. The best part is, because I mean, you might just think 100 horsepower, but the good thing is that 100 horsepower has to propel only 1000 kgs. It's all about power to weight ratio, guys. Even if you have like a 10,000 horsepower car, but then it's in the end of the day it's pulling a 3-ton truck, it'll not be as fast. Power to weight ratio is everything that matters. If you want a sportier ride, I would definitely say upgrade the springs, upgrade the shocks if you can. Would definitely make a difference, as I am going to mention in the later on. The Dr. Nano ones are slightly more stiffer. You can go with a slightly more stiffer suspension setup that's going to be not overly uncomfortable for daily driving, while at the same time remove this boaty feel when you're getting into corners. That is going to be a lot more reduced and a lot less pronounced. I think definitely suspensions do require an upgrade. It's going to be very cost effective for a decent amount of horsepower gains, but man, I have this car, I would definitely go for a stage 2 setup. I feel that that's going to be the perfect sweet spot for this. Alright, so now let's just go back and sit down and discuss what kind of costs are involved when it comes to a stage 1 setup or a stage 2 setup, or if you want to go overly flat out and if you want to really go to the max, a stage 3 kind of a build. I just had a drive of this car, and that gave me a lot of understanding of how this car can be actually made better. Now what I've also done is I have consulted with one of the best tuning workshops over here in Pune. They are called Black Box Performance, and I have sat down with them and actually got a full explanation of what all can be done to this car to make it better in 3 different stages. The first primarily is your basic, which is a stage 1 tune. Then comes a stage 2 tune, which is a slightly bit more advanced tune, and then third is a completely personal custom build setup, which we can call a stage 3 setup. Now just as a disclaimer, the stage 3 setup that we're going to talk about is going to be purely theoretical, because as of this moment no one has done that stage 3 setup currently in India. That said though, the guys at Black Box are ready to welcome anyone who's ready to bring their car in for a stage 3 tune. That said though, let's go over all of these 3 different setups, understand the kind of parts you'll require, and get an idea of the kind of cost that will be involved with this. And then what we can also come to a conclusion is which one of this would be the most value for money when you're getting a performance tune. And also what we should talk about is, after the tune, after the performance upgrades, what does this car compare to? What kind of competition will this car have? That is something really interesting what I found out, because of the kind of power to weight ratio this car will gain after the tune. So stick around, because I think you're going to really enjoy this. What we are looking at over here is a 1-liter booster jet engine, which is a turbocharged engine, and this engine produces about 100 horsepower and about 147 Newton meters of torque. It comes in both variations, a manual just like this one, which is a 5-speed manual, as well as a 6-speed torque converter. Now the basic setup which can be done to this particular engine is a stage 1 tune, and what you do with a stage 1 tune is basically change the official map that comes on this car, and that will basically bring your power torque curve to a completely different standard. In this particular engine with a stage 1 tune, this car can go up to 125 horsepower and close to about 187 Newton meters of torque, which is actually quite good if you compare it to some other cars. Like just for example, if I give you the power to weight ratio, because this is a 1-ton car, so a 125 horsepower means that you have basically 125 horsepower per ton. Now when you compare that to a lot of other cars, that actually is already a pretty impressive number, but that actually gets a lot better when we talk about a stage 2 tune. Alright, but now this one, which is the stage 2 setup, is actually the really interesting one. Also, by the way, for the stage 1 setup, what I forgot to mention to you previously is that a stage 1 setup is going to cost you about 24,000 rupees, which is going to give you a remap either from Quantum Tuning, GT Tuners, or OEM Plus. These are the 3 brands which currently Black Box Tuning supports. I spoke to a couple of other tuners and they currently don't have remaps for this 1-liter booster jet engine. If they come up with remaps, I will definitely let you know. Now to the interesting bit, which is a stage 2 tune. Now of course the stage 2 tune is going to be a lot more expensive, but it is going to give you a lot more power as well. So again, the first thing you go with is going to be an ECU remap, which is going to give you another 10% on top of a stage 1. This costs about 28,000 rupees and you will end up with about 137 horsepower and around 200 Newton meters of torque. Again, the tunes are the same. The remaps are from Quantum Tuning, GT Tuners or OEM Plus. This is basically which takes care of your performance bit. If you want to just do a stage 2 tune, only work on the performance, then you can go with a remap, and along with the remap you'll have to go with a downpipe. You can go with a air filter, which can be a stock replacement air filter, or it can also be a full cold air intake. Obviously a stock replacement is going to be a lot more cheaper. It's going to be costing around 7 to 8,000 rupees depending if you go on a BMC or a KNN setup. And if you go for a cold air intake, which I mean it's not really necessary, it won't bring you that kind of performance gains compared to how much it costs. I have included that in a stage 3 setup actually, but just for your understanding, complete cold air intake from BMC, the DIA, is basically going to cost you close to 35,000 rupees. Not really necessary unless you're planning to go for a stage 3 setup later on down. A stock replacement is more than enough. Also, one more thing a lot of people don't understand is when you go for a cold air intake or when you go for a direct intake in any car in Indian environment and Indian road conditions, with the amount of dust we have, it is generally not recommended because your filter is going to clog off within the next 1-2 months. We don't stay in a country where you have a lot of clean air, so the filter clogs up really fast. So a stock replacement filter is actually the more smarter choice, and of course even the more economical choice as well. So just if you do these 3 things, which is the remap, the downpipe and the filter, so the cost is 28,000 rupees for a stage 2 tune, 7 to 8,000 rupees for a filter, and a downpipe is going to cost you in the range of 15 to 20,000. Even if we consider a higher value, a basic stage 2 performance only setup is going to cost you around 55 to 56,000 rupees. Now, if you want to go even further, as this car would probably need at that point, you will need better brakes, you'll also need better suspension, so you can actually utilize that power better. If you have your stock suspensions, you might be losing out on putting that power down to the ground properly because there'll be a lot more wheel spin. So if you go for all those things, then the cost will obviously vary a lot more because it depends on what brand of suspension you're going for, what brand of brakes you're going for. But here's just a general idea for you. So for example, let's say if you want to go for suspensions, the cheapest option available are from ARC to use the Fronx more as a daily driver and occasional weekend kind of a corner carving machine. The ARC suspension setup, which is just the shock, is going to cost you around 32,000, where you still use your stock springs. Then the second one comes from Dr. Nano, which is actually a re-engineered version of a lot of European suspension components. Now the shocks for this will cost about 35,000 rupees, where you still use your stock springs. And if you want to then add a little bit more stiffness, if you want to add a little bit more sporty handling for a little bit more enthusiastic driving, then you can go for Eibach springs. Eibach springs cost about 30 to 35,000 rupees. So that will basically bring your suspension setup cost to about 70,000 rupees more or less. Next we can talk about is the brakes. The brakes, again, you have a variety of options. You have all these brands, let it be Brembo, let it be EBC, let it be any other like Dixel. They all offer brakes that are for street setup, they offer brakes that are for racing setup, or they offer somewhere in the middle as well. So if we consider, let's say, a street setup, let it be a Brembo DBA street pad or the EBC Ultimax, the brake pads are going to cost you in the range of 6,000 to 8,000 rupees. Brembo Extras or EBC green stuffs, which are slightly higher on the range, these brake pads are a little more expensive and they might end up costing you close to 11 to 12,000 rupees. Now, in terms of rotor, if you go for the Brembo DBA Street or the EBC Ultimax rotors, then they should cost you in the range of 17 to 18,000 rupees. While at the same time, if you go for the Brembo Extras or the EBC green stuff, that can go up to 25 to 27,000 rupees. Also, a lot of people would want to go beyond just the downpipe. If you want more sound, then you can go with a full system exhaust. A full system exhaust again has 2 different variables in it. One which comes with Valvetronic, where you can turn the valves off if you don't want too much sound, and one is a just straight up normal custom exhaust. In terms of cost, a custom exhaust would cost close to about 45 to 50,000 rupees, while at the same time something which has Valvetronic built into it will cost in the range of 60 to 65,000 rupees. Both of these exhaust setups will be made in stainless steel, which is always recommended over mild steel or MS, because the longevity of these kind of stainless steel exhausts is a lot better. Now, let's say if you just want to do performance, as I said before, the cost will be about 50 to 55,000 rupees, but if you want to go beyond that and upgrade your brakes, upgrade your suspensions, then the lowest cost that you're looking for brakes, suspensions as well as your engine tunes is approximately about 1.3 to 1.4 lakh rupees. And if you want to go with the best quality products with, you know, like the highest quality suspensions and stuff, then you're looking at a much more significant cost which will go close to 2 lakh 10 to 2 lakh 20,000 rupees. I feel that if you want a great overall package where you're looking for performance as well as handling as well as safety in terms of better braking, then a estimated cost of 1.4 to 1.5 lakh rupees should be good enough. Now here is the interesting part, okay? That day when I was doing my research with Black Box Performance on the kind of tunes that can be done for a stage 2 setup and the costs involved, I came across something really interesting where I compared the power to weight ratio of the Fronx in a stage 2 setup and what will it go against and probably have a better power to weight ratio with. And it kind of surprised me. After the stage 2 setup, that power is going to be about 137 horsepower. Now, let's put that in comparison against other cars. Of Punto Abarth, regarded as one of the best performing hot hatches in India, it's been revered and it's been considered as the most fun sporty hatch, has a power to weight ratio of 116 horsepower to a ton. With the Fronx, you're going to have a power to weight ratio of 137 horsepower to a ton. That is pretty impressive. But here's more. A BMW G60 330i is going to be very close because that has a horsepower to ton ratio of 144 and you are at 137. Of course, real world performance will be a lot more difference because BMW is a rear wheel drive, what you have is a front wheel drive, so keep that in mind. That said though, the next thing which is very comparable in those power figures is the 1.8 TSI Skoda Octavia, which has a power to weight ratio of 136, and with a stage 2 setup on the Fronx, you have a power to weight ratio of 137 horsepower per ton. So this car with a stage 2 setup is actually going to have the same power to weight ratio as a 1.8 TSI, the car which is kind of known as the holy grail of tuning in India. That is actually quite impressive. Okay, now let's go into the fantasy realm. हवा में बातें करते हैं जरा थोड़ी, which is going to be a stage 3 setup. Technically and theoretically it is possible and I'm pretty sure it can be done very much, but then the point is not about getting the stage 3 setup done on this car, but it's about how much relevant it is for daily driving or in terms of reliability, unless you're going full hardcore as a drag racing setup or something which is built more for a purpose, because a stage 3 setup always becomes a setup which is more for a specific purpose and it becomes a lot less for daily driving. That said though, the numbers over here are still quite impressive. So what we are expecting in a stage 3 setup is of course the tune as well as a bigger turbo, the results of which is going to be about 170 to 180 horsepower. Now this is on the stock internals of the engine where you're not changing or you're not forging the engine internals. If you force the engine internals, then you can expect to go even higher, about 220 to 230 horsepower, which is going to be an insane power to weight ratio, by the way, of 200 plus horsepower per ton. That said though, again, this is all theoretical. So the kind of things that you're going to need for that is of course an upgrade turbo. Now what I've found online for this as most recommended for a stage 3 setup is a 1.4 liter Suzuki turbo, which actually is made by Mitsubishi. It's called the TD02L11 turbo. This comes as a OEM turbo on the 1.4 liter Suzuki engines abroad. Along with that, you can go with a cold air intake, then you can go with a custom intercooler because there is no specific intercooler that's been made for a stage 3 setup on the 1 liter booster jet, so you'll have to go with a custom intercooler. There are people like Karan Shah Motorsports who make custom intercoolers which has to be again reworked with, and you know, the welding, the plumbing has to be done, which has to be custom made for this car specifically. So you're looking at a cost for that separately. You'll probably require a stage 3 clutch also. This car has a 200 mm clutch, so a stage 3 Luke clutch which comes for this would be close to about 40,000 rupees. Might not sound a lot, but I mean the stock clutch on this car I think is close to about 3 or 4,000 rupees. So that is a 10 times jump when you compare it to the stock parts. So overall what you're looking at are these parts, which include your turbo, it will include a remap, injectors, air intake, intercooler, fuel pump, clutch, blow-off valve, coilover, big brake kit, and an upgraded master cylinder. All of this is not going to be cheap. So approximate, this is again depending on what brand you go with, what part it is, it's going to differ, but on an approximate cost basis, it's going to cost you 6.5 lakh rupees. Now, that is a lot of money to spend on a car that probably costs 10 and a half lakh rupees. But then you're also going almost 100% plus in terms of horsepower gains, but it's not recommended. So what do you think makes the most amount of sense? You let me know down in the comment section. But if you ask me, what is the most logical and the most usable and the most practical kind of tune with this car is, I mean, if you want to go with a stage 1 tune, that's great. It will give you great reliability, it will give you great practicality where you're not having to change a lot, and it's a lot more economical as well. 127 horsepower per ton is also quite a respectable amount. But I find it and I feel that the sweet spot for this car with the 1 liter booster jet engine is definitely the stage 2 tune. If you just go with the stage 2 tune like the remap and the downpipe and the air filter, then you're looking at a cost of about 55,000, which is incredible value for the horsepower to money gains. It's really good value. Like 137 horsepower per ton is really good gains. You're basically getting almost close to 40 more horsepower, which is almost 40% gains in 55,000 rupees. I think that's the best deal you can get. But obviously I would definitely recommend with more power. As it says, you need more responsibility, and more responsibility only comes when you have better brakes, when you have better suspensions, so you can actually handle that horsepower. If you can, I mean, it's not that something you have to do immediately as soon as you get the power upgraded on the car, but it's highly recommended, and over time, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months down the line, I would definitely suggest that you get the brakes as well as the suspensions upgraded on this car, because then you can actually utilize that power. You can actually have a lot more fun with that power, and that cost will be about 1.3 to 1.4 lakh rupees, which is also still not bad at all for that kind of gains. In the end, what I want to say is that this car actually has a lot more potential, and I think a lot of people are actually overlooking what this car is actually capable of. What do you think? Would you get a Fronx? Or if you have a Fronx, would you want to modify it? Would you want to bring its power up to be a lot more fun, punchy car? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please stay tuned, because this is just part 1 of an entire series of videos which we've planned for you guys, where we are going to share all these 1 liter turbo engines and show what can be done with them, the kind of parts you can get, and the kind of performance gains you can get for what kind of cost. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next one. Till then, ciao.